Oh, yes. Uh-huh. I emailed most of the Canadian National Legislature. Yeah. hmm And the Supreme Court of Canada, oh, as well as most of the legislature of Australia. Yeah. hmm Now, somehow I think that the Queen of England does know who I am. Yeah. And I'm going to want all the law degrees that have been issued. And if there's a special oath of those that are practicing law, yes, that had sworn that they would support the crown. Because I did know I was suing Australia and Canada because I informed them. Yes, RCMP, how are you? It was years ago, but I've been putting them on Facebook. Yeah. And in the United States, we're continuing the furtherance of this hate crime. Yeah. And it's a little irritating to me because I just cannot get anybody, yes, to enforce the laws of the United States. Mm. Now, if you swore allegiance to the crown and the queen knows who you are, yes, she's personally liable for the oaths of those that had sworn allegiance, yes. And I will sue her, yes, for her actual net worth, as well as any insurances that they might have as a royal family. Now, it sounds like a backdoor way of getting at the assets of the royal family of England. Yes. But the Queen is liable for the oath of allegiance for all of those that had sworn allegiance to the Queen Elizabeth. Yes. And the United Kingdom. Right. And the common laws of England. Now, I'm surprised that we named England as somebody special. Yes. But the more that I think of it, we do allow them to practice law in any jurisdiction, been admitted to practice law in jurisdiction of the Commonwealth of the common law of the royal family of England. Yes, is the basis of its jurisprudence and have active legal experience for at least 3 of the 5 years immediately preceding the filing of the application to practice law in the state of Washington. Now, I've been mentioning that I've been wanting to get those assets, Queen of England Elizabeth. Yes, because my thought was that I'd like to have your crowns, yes, all your family jewels, yes, and anything of value that you might have ownership of as a royal family, since you're issuing, yes, the actual law degrees that allow for the practice of law in this great nation. I think it's a crime against the law of nations as well as a crime against English common law. Yes, for any attorney in the United States to have knowledge, yes, of the except the furtherance, yeah, the furtherance of the fraud, yes, the kidnapping, and the hate crimes, yeah. Now, as the father of 5 sons, Queen of England, I want to know every law degree that has been issued. And the oath of every attorney, yes, that has been admitted to practice law in the United States. I want their actual identity, yes. And then I want to know the actual, yes, the actual attorneys that represent the royal family of England in any lawsuit, in any court of law, in any nation of the world. Now, I'm wanting to sue today. Mm. See, it's a hate crime. It's the malicious prosecution. Yes, it is. It's the malicious harassment. Yes, it is. It's denying me of my enjoyment. Yes, of my family. Now, you can see here, yesterday, I defined that when you docketed a court hearing 48 days after you issued the temporary protection order, yes, it violated city law. Yes. It violated state law. Yes. It violated federal law. Yes. And it violated numerous other laws in other nations of the world. Now, when I told you, yes, remove it, You decided that you would torture me, that you would put me in jail for crimes that I had no involvement in. Yes. And then you would say I was mentally ill and mentally defective. You would dismiss 2 cases against me, yes, because of incompetence. And then you would enroll me in the designated mental health program. Now, the Queen might have had. I want to know the individual law firms that represent the House of the royal family of England, because I will sue the Queen for